You know that when the demand for a good increases, its equilibrium price rises, and the equilibrium quantity of a good increases. But does the price rise by a large amount and the quantity increase by a little? Or does the price barely rise and the quantity increase by a large amount? The answer depends on the responsiveness of the quantity supplied of a good to a change in its price. In other words, it depends on the elasticity of supply of the good. The elasticity of supply measures the responsiveness of the quantity supplied to a change in the price of a good when other influences on selling plans remain the same. The elasticity of supply is calculated by using the formula: percentage change in quantity supplied divided by percentage change in price. We use the same method that you learned when you studied the elasticity of demand. This figure shows the range of elasticity of supply. If the quantity supplied is fixed regardless of the price, the supply curve is vertical and the elasticity of supply is zero. Supply is perfectly inelastic. This case is shown in the left chart. A special intermediate case occurs when the percentage change in price equals the percentage change in quantity. Supply is then unit elastic. This case is shown in the middle chart. No matter how steep the supply curve is, if it is linear and passes through the origin, supply is unit elastic. If there is a price at which sellers are willing to offer any quantity for sale, the supply curve is horizontal, and the elasticity of supply is infinite. Supply is perfectly elastic. This case is shown in the right chart. The factors that influence the elasticity of supply include resource substitution possibilities and the time frame for supply decision. The more unique or rare the resources used to produce the good, the smaller the elasticity of supply. The more common the resource used to produce the good, the larger the elasticity of supply. Van Gogh painting is an example of a good with a vertical supply curve and a zero elasticity of supply. At the other extreme, wheat can be grown on land that is almost equally good for growing corn. So it is just as easy to grow wheat as corn. The opportunity cost of wheat in terms of foregone corn is almost constant. As a result, the supply curve of wheat is almost horizontal and its elasticity of supply is very large. Similarly, when a good is produced in many different countries, for example, sugar and beef, the supply of the good is highly elastic. To study the influence of the amount of time elapsed since a price change, we distinguish three time frames of supply: momentary supply, short-run supply, and long-run supply. Momentary supply refers to the period of time immediately following a price change. For some goods, the momentary supply can be perfectly inelastic. Fresh fish, the day of a price hike. For another goods, the momentary supply can be quite elastic. When the number of telephone calls increases on a holiday, the supply increases with no change in price. Short-run supply shows how the quantity supplied responds to a price change when only some of the technological adjustments have been made. Most goods have an inelastic short-run supply. To increase output in the short run, firms must work their labor force overtime and perhaps hire additional workers. To decrease their output in the short run, firms either lay off workers or reduce their hours of work. With the passage of time, firms can make more adjustments, perhaps training additional workers or buying additional tools and other equipment. Long-run supply shows how the quantity supplied responds to a price change when all the technological adjustments have been made. For most goods and services, long-run supply is elastic and perhaps perfectly elastic. This is the end of session 4. This is the end of this chapter. Thank you for watching.